Hello everyone. Welcome to the Field of Streams, where I, your host, Janine McRae, bring you the tiny thoughts that stream from my brain and present them to you as though they're the edible art nerd equivalent of a Lifetime Achievement Grammy, but one you can eat and burp your hearty approval of into a nearby megaphone. Gassy. Now, I can't promise you much with these weekly nibbles, but I can promise you this. I won't keep you long. Today's missive was inspired by an art installation outside San Diego somewhere. I don't have the exact location. They set up some chairs behind a velvet rope with a lovely view of the sunset over the ocean. And folks would sit there in a no photography zone and just, appreciate the sunset. At last light, the group could applaud. Anyway, it got me thinking about how we can be engaged and connect more with our surroundings, or how to see connection with the world by noticing the things around us that aren't, people. Basic premise, it's about the value of looking at things, but not just looking, noticing. So now, without any more dilly-dallying, here is the post. You are now on notice to take notice. You seek it in the eyes of the beady-eyed people, their double-glazed peepers, keeping dark thoughts warm. You seek it in the wide eyes of the confused or the darting pupilled folk, and even those with irises made of raging emotion lava. Hooded hazel, bored brown, blissfully disaffected blue. You seek stimuli, inputs, and yearn to see confirmation of your existence reflected there. Those eyes, they are not your windows to peer into, and in seeking connection through them, you are missing the one that never looks away. No, when you seek connection, do not look to the people. Look to the world. This body of yours, skin, blood, bone, muscle, tissue, nerves, is anatomical, biological, pliable and viable, delicate and vulnerable. It runs, it jumps, it could once use a fidget spinner. But all that regular human shit is for amateurs. What you're missing is this. Your magnificent body, even with its personally perceived flaws and limitations and dysmorphias, is hands down the single most advanced receiver in the universe. This skin you're in, it's a metaphorical lightning rod, pulling life and inspiration and all the creative inputs you'll ever need toward you. It's a synergistic sponge that'll soak up the juices of the earth just so you can dab those juices on your life walls. Get the picture? You won't unless you've tuned your body to receive. Time to defuzz. Tuning into the world and picking up the signal does not require drugs, nor does it require any special skill. You do not need a certain model of body. Any body will do. The one you have is perfect. The only thing that's required is attention. Full body attention. With this, your body is able to send roots into the ground or tentacles into the atmosphere, allowing you to plug into the signal and establish a secure connection. To illustrate, I was talking to someone the other day about how, on the subway in New York, I would rarely look at the people. Instead, I'd employ a technique we'll call the focused zone out. I'd stand holding onto the pole and examine everything that made up the interior of that subway car. The metal accents, shiny and silver, the particular high-gloss blue of the seats and how it compared to the dull orange and yellow seats of the older carriages. Rivets holding the trim around the windows were counted. The floor, the curve of the ceiling, the slide of the door, all noted. I would think about how and where everything was made and wonder who had touched it during that process. There's a reef made of subway cars in the ocean. Did you know that? Directing my attention to the ads, I'd note the fonts. Don't roll your eyes and say, that's just looking. It's not. It's noticing. You see with your eyes. You see with your ears. You see with your nose. You see with your hands. You see with your whole body. Look, There's a sway and a sudden lurch of the subway car as it switches from one track to another. It rocks and jostles me, and when the train is moving slowly, there's a metallic creaking noise, as though it's cracking its knuckles as we ride. There is the smell of chicken rice in a plastic bag, making the whole carriage stink like a food truck. The bag rustles apologetically as it rests on its owner's lap. I can feel the warmth of the pole where my hand has been holding it for 10 minutes. Hot, sweaty. A person coughs, but I do not look at their face. They are of the scene, not the whole play. Everything is filed away in my brain. I may never use this memory for anything. Oh wait, did I just use it? You are now on notice to notice. Twist those dials and tune your magnificent receiver. Where is your body now? Is it somewhere scenic? Is it mundane? What is happening? Look up from your phone. Engage for just 5 minutes. Breathe in and observe. What can you hear? Is your heart beating fast? How alive are you right now? I have stood on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere and felt the great emptiness of the world through the soles of my feet. I have had that same feeling standing on the concrete of 52nd Street. My body received those signals. Yours can pick up signals too. You are the collector of your life, the constant archivist, the magpie sorting through the dull for the shiny to add to your knowledge nest. Just keep on adding. More signals equals more data points. There's no way to guarantee you're going to use any of it in your work, but it'll always be there, ready to be accessed. To notice is to not just be on the world. It's to be in it. All in. This is the longest relationship of your life. Honour it, respect it, and give it the attention it deserves. For when you clap at the world, it will always clap back. And there you have it, this week's episode. I put a link to the clapping at the sunset story in the description. I hope you'll come back for more. These little missives are designed to inspire creative folk to get out and make something of their own. Write, draw, sing, sculpt, dance, whatever. If you do enjoy my writing, please be sure to subscribe to the Stream newsletter at JanineMcRae.substack.com. And until next we meet, love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.